Coming into this class, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought we were going to be learning about nutrition and poverty and how the two connected, but I didn't really know how the two connected, so now I can say that I've learned a lot. I'm not a social work major, so going into this class I thought I'd feel out of place, but I found out that there's a little bit of social worker in everyone. This class has taught me that one person can make a difference in a lot of lives, a big difference, just by being passionate about something and acting on it. This class has made me confident that I can make a difference in my family's life as well as the family I plan to have in the future. One of my biggest fears in life is becoming overweight to a point where I feel helpless. I also have a fear of getting caught up in the cycle of poor nutrition and poverty. This course has opened my eyes to see how important our relationship to food is. One thing that stood out to me this semester is something that we read in our book, In Defense of Food. It was that eating shouldn't be something that we view as something that we do just to not be hungry. If we change how we view food and our relationship with food, our perspective changes about what we should and shouldn't put in our bodies. I definitely had some bad eating habits before this class. I ate a lot of fast food and a lot of processed foods that weren't good for me. One of my favorite foods was bread. I ate it with everything. But now I've decided to cut bread out of my diet and I don't buy it anymore. I've even decided to make small changes to my diet, like switching to almond milk and cutting out beef. So I've learned a lot about myself, and I've also learned a lot about other people. The poverty simulation was really eye-opening for me. My parents have always been able to provide enough food for my brother and I and our whole family, but I never really experienced what it was like not to have enough food or to not be able to buy enough food for your family. And that was really saddening to me. Knowing there are families struggling to get enough food and being forced to buy processed foods really bothers me because there is supposed to be a government system in place to help them. It's so unfortunate that this welfare system hurts families more than it helps them. I've always heard a lot about poverty and malnutrition in developing countries, but you never really hear about it in America. In this next video, Dr. Klaus Kramer talks about ideas about changing and helping people in poverty in developing countries, and I think if we apply these ideas to Americans, we can go a long way.
For me, it's important to find approaches, new solutions to help as many as possible people in developing countries. About 1.4 billion people live in poverty. They have to use just $1.25 per day to buy everything for their life. Poverty is causing malnutrition. People cannot afford a balanced diet. They buy staples, and these staples, they are very poor in vital micronutrients like vitamin A or the B vitamins, iron and zinc. The brain will be irreversibly damaged through malnutrition, and this will lead to earlier drop out of school and less income during a child's and person's whole life. And that also will contribute to a lack of economic development of countries. We need really to improve nutrition as early as the time of conception and throughout the first 1,000 days of a child's life in order to break a very vicious cycle of poverty and malnutrition. If we do that, then we have really a chance to reduce poverty in the developing world.
So all of that being said, I think there's a lot of things that we can do locally in our own hometowns. And I think a lot of it can start with your own family, which is what my goal is. So that's what I learned this semester.